Universidad Nacional Autónoma de Mexico. Universidad Nacional Autónoma de Mexico. National Autonomous University of Mexico. Now, let me be honest. Before this Concacaf tourney, I have never heard of that club and I have never heard of that college. I didn't even know that was a university until somebody in the comment section told me that it was a university. I forgot the person's name who told me that in the comment section, but I'm gonna go back and respond back to that person. But I just want to give a word of encouragement to Pumas UNAM, because for some reason, before the finals even started, before the first leg of the finals, when I was reading out like the history, like the history of the football team, like their awards, the 7 Liga MX titles, the 1 Copa MX title, the Campeón de Campeones titles, the Segunda División de Mexico title. A lot of people, it just seemed like a lot of people was brushing it off. A lot of Liga MX fans, a lot of people who are familiar with Liga MX, it seemed like they were just brushing it off, saying, well, this is not one of our elite teams. This is a lower level team. Okay, I understand that, but they're not a losing club. They have a certain level of success. It's not one of these clubs. They're not like the New England Revolution or the San Jose Earthquakes, who haven't accomplished much as a professional football club. They earn some type of respect historically. They may not have earned a respect in recent years, but based on their wide body of work, based on how long they've been around, I still believed at the time that they were, but I still believe that they are a respectable club. And just based on the simple fact that they appeared in this match, in this Concacaf Champions League Final, I think it's going to help them grow. Let's talk about the marketing. There's no doubt in my mind that a lot of Americans went on Google and did research on the National Autonomous University of Mexico. As a result of that, it's a possibility that the school's enrollment could grow in the next couple years. There's a possibility that more Americans might choose to go there to study. Who knows? One advice I will give to the National Autonomous University of Mexico is, when your sports team is on the national stage, like the global stage, the continental stage, like they were this year, promotion, advertisement, and marketing. Learn from the American college football universities. I give you an example, Pumas UNAM. Have any of you ever, I know you're Mexican based, so you're probably not really into American college football, but if you ever get the opportunity to watch a Southeastern Conference game, like the University of Alabama or Louisiana State University or Auburn University or the University of Arkansas, pay attention to the advertising. Pay attention to the marketing aspects whenever you watch one of those schools' football team play. Don't really focus on the game, the aspect. Focus on how these schools promote their academic departments, how they promote their education departments. Pumas UNAM, that is how you make your money, and that is how you're going to grow. Now, there's a lot of people who didn't even know that you're a university before this game against Seattle. Myself included. I didn't know you're a university, but now I know. And I actually went on your website just to check it out. But because I don't know Spanish, I stopped reading. But there's a lot of Americans who know Spanish. And trust me, they were on your website doing all kind of research. So what you should do next time, Puma, from the academic side of it, advertising, promotion, and marketing. Now to the athletic side, I really like the jerseys. I like to see the big logo on the front of the jerseys because when I watch MLS games, I don't see the big logos on their jerseys. I just see their sponsor. I just see the logo of the sponsor, which is something that I don't like because I don't watch the game to see who sponsors which team. I really don't care. Well, when I'm watching a game, seeing the sponsor, the business sponsor, is not a big deal to me. I don't really care about that. So I like the fact that Puma, you having your logo on the front of your jerseys, it makes you look authentic. It makes you look original. It makes you look like a real professional sports team rather than us seeing Walmart across the jersey and all we see is Walmart, or Amazon. All we see is Amazon on the jersey, but we don't see the team logo. We don't see the team name. For somebody who doesn't watch soccer, traditional football like that, it gets really confusing because then you're like, okay, who is who? Okay, this team called themselves, for example, I'll just hypothetically say a name. Okay, this team called themselves San Antonio, but on the jersey it says Goodyear Tires. But if it's your first time watching the game, you're like, well, wait a minute. I thought they called themselves San Antonio FC. So why is it Goodyear Tires on the jersey? Are they the San Antonio Goodyear Tires? Anyhow, also, I really like your fan base, Puma UNAM. You have the coolest fan base in all of North American sports. Like, this was when I watched the first leg of the Seattle Puma UNAM game. And I just see the fans, they're constantly singing from the first minute of the game all the way through the 90-minute of the game. And even after the game, the final whistle was blown, people were still singing. People were still chanting. I like that. I think that was really cool. But Puma, this is where I believe you messed up in this tournament. See, Puma, you had the advantage of playing in altitude, high altitude, dealing with that low quality of air. The thing that you messed up, Puma, you were playing to tie the game. Instead of you playing to win the game, Puma, you were playing to tie the game. It seemed as if once you got the lead, you became a little relaxed. Once you got the lead, it seemed like you got a little overconfident. You started doing more trash talking. You started playing more sloppy, committed more penalties, which allowed Seattle to get back in the game and tie it. Puma UNAM, for future reference, whenever you are playing an American team that's not used to altitude, you play to win the game. You don't play to tie the game. Puma, I don't know much about Liga MX. I don't even know much about you, Puma. But one thing I do know, based on these two Concacaf games that I saw against Seattle, you have potential. The thing that you have to focus on now is not gaining your respect from the Americans, but gaining your respect in Liga MX, gaining your respect from your Mexican people. Because there's a lot of people on social media and all over YouTube, a lot of Liga MX fans, a lot of Mexican fans, a lot of Mexican Americans disrespecting the name, image, and likeness of Puma. They were saying, Puma, that you did not belong in the Concacaf Champions League Final. They were saying, Puma, that you were not supposed to make it far because they're saying that you're not a premier Liga MX team. So Puma, it is your job to change the narrative. Puma, it is your job to prove them wrong. It is your job to show them that your appearance in the Concacaf Champions League Final was not a joke, it was not a fluke, but you are for real. It's your job to tell them that that the team that has won 7 Liga MX titles in history and have 11 championship titles overall, that team is on a resurgence. That this Puma team that we saw in the 2022 Concacaf Champions Final, this is just a preview of what's to come. That this is just a preview of better days ahead. That's your job, Puma. You gain your respect in the Liga MX. You gain your respect by force. Every Liga MX team you play from here on out, Puma, you play to win. And not only you play to win, but you dominate and embarrass every Liga MX team you play for the rest of this decade in order for you to get your respect. Puma, I don't know much about you, but what I saw in both legs of the Concacaf tourney, I see potential. I see a team that's hungry. I see a team that's tired of being disrespected. So now, Puma, as you return back to Mexico, well, you're already there, but you earn your respect. You earn your respect. There's no doubt in my mind that the MLS will see you again in the Concacaf League tourney. No doubt in my mind. So you go, Puma, because I believe in you.